You found it. The best place for live, local, conservative talk in the morning. The Commute with Carlson. Stimulating, entertaining, and making a difference. Here's John Carlson on Talk Radio 570 KVI.
Is Washington going back to the future in the battle over skyrocketing car tab fees?
I'll tell you.
How many times have we heard over the last 20 years, whatever happened to our $30 car tab?
Tim Eyman hopes to turn back the clock and the cost of renewing your tabs despite the potential fallout for mass transit.
It would probably devastate Sound Transit's projects.
They're going to have to basically prioritize their spending.
So take me away. I don't mind. Promise me I'll be back in time.
6 minutes after 7 o'clock, John Carlson, Talk Radio 570 KVI. Are we almost halfway through November? 15th day of November edition of the radio program of record. Thank you very much for joining me. Here's what I'm talking about. On November's ballot, you can count as night follows day. There will be a ballot measure asking if you want to return to those glory days of $30 license tabs. Initiative sponsor Tim Eyman behind that, of course, as he was behind the original $30 license tab initiative way back in 1999. So it'll be a 20-year anniversary, kind of like a greatest hits album, being reissued, a reunion tour. Anyway, Tim Eyman, how many signatures did you turn in yesterday? You need about 260,000.
That's right. Yeah, we turned in 286,003, but it's pouring in right now. We're just encouraging everybody that has partially filled petitions or fully filled petitions to mail those in just right away, because we think we can be done by the end of this week if everybody just turns in what they got.
What a great way to head into Thanksgiving.
It sure is a thankful thing. I do like that whole Back to the Future angle on it and stuff, but I mean, it's a 20-year tug of war where the voters have consistently said, we just don't like high car tabs, and you got the powers that be, the elites, that say, no, you just don't understand how it works. So this is the way it's going to be. And it's like, no, this is what the voters want, and so we're putting it back on the ballot in next November 2019, and saying to them one more time, $30 means $30.
And this initiative actually has a deadline, end of December, but trying to get it wrapped up by Thanksgiving. So if you have a petition, you see, I personally, you know how conservative I am when it comes to initiative signature counts. I say try and get 310, 320.
Good for you. No, absolutely. I don't disagree. Yeah, we have a website. It's 30tabs.com. That's 30tabs.com. You can actually sign a petition online, but you can also order up the petition sheets themselves. So it's 30tabs.com. And I totally agree with you, John, that we want to maximize that number, make it as large as possible. We literally had a $30 tabs initiative 12 years ago that fell 5,000 signatures short of qualifying for the ballot. I mean, just 5,000 short because we didn't have a big enough cushion. We certainly learned our lesson. We need to make sure that we don't let that happen again and really pad it at 30tabs.com.
So if they have about 310,320 for sure, they have the necessary cushion. They're already over the 260,000 barrier. They're already there, but we need the cushion. So if you have the $30 license tab initiative, send it in. If you don't have it, you can download it and sign it and have your significant other sign it and send it in. Just go to 30tabs. You don't need the dollar sign. 30tabs.com.
Yeah, 30tabs.com. And what was really fun yesterday, too, I mean, my voice is totally gone because I drove down to Olympia. We turned in 286,000 signatures, really exciting. Then I drove 6 hours over to Spokane to testify on GiveThemNothing.com, which is stopping the pay raises for Jay Inslee, for Bob Ferguson, and it has been amazing the reaction people are having to GiveThemNothing.com. You go there, you sign up online, and you're trying to block this. I mean, this is insane. 20% pay raises for Jay Inslee, who's currently making $354,000 over the next 2 years as he runs for president. You have Bob Ferguson making $320,000 in salary over the next 2 years, and all he's doing is suing Trump and running for governor for the foreseeable future.
Let me
State Supreme Court.
Yes.
State Supreme Court makes $380,000 over the next 2 years. So I went to Spokane, testified before the Citizen Commission that decides the salaries, and just told them we're committed to letting the voters vote on whether or not they want big, massive pay raises for these politicians.
Okay, you know how those people get named to that commission, right?
Educate me. I think I know.
Yes. No, they are political appointees. Here's what's going on.
Jay Inslee. And if you can believe it, one of the 17 members is the husband of a state Supreme Court justice.
Yes.
I mean, how corrupt a system can you have?
The way it used to work is that politicians had to vote themselves a salary increase, so it was never popular when they would do this. And back in, I believe it was 1971, the legislature voted itself a pay raise during Richard Nixon's wage and price controls. The news sent the roof off in this state. A Linwood furniture store owner, a guy who'd never been in politics, he owned a furniture store in Linwood, launched an initiative to overturn the legislative pay raise that, at the time, Governor Evans had endorsed. He got 674,000 signatures in less than 60 days.
It was 3 weeks, and it was a state record, and they realized 1971. Did they have the internet back then?
No.
Did they have websites back then?
And did they have 7 million people? No, they had. I believe the state population was closer to 4.5 million. They got 674,000 signatures in. I said less than 60 days. You said 3 weeks, so you know the story.
Yeah.
It was repealed. Of course,
it was repealed.
And so the legislature said, how are we going to get a pay raise if this is how the people react? So they went for a while without one. Then they had the great idea of, let's create a commission. The thing is, the commission is not made up of disinterested citizen overseers who decide whether or not it's merited or not. They're all political appointees. I believe most of them are political appointees. But here's the rub. The raise is almost baked into the cake. It's almost, I don't think they have ever decided not to give a pay raise.
Oh, the fix is in. I mean, as I testified before them, they were all saying, we don't like how the press is reporting these high percentages. We need to break this down to make it clear that these aren't as high as everyone's reporting them to be. I mean, we're talking about 20% pay raises on people that are making six figures already. And so GiveThemNothing.com, we're wearing our big bright T-shirts that say GiveThemNothing.com, and we just said they knew how much they were getting paid when they ran. There's nothing wrong for the next 2 years for them to live on this paltry salary that they've already got. Supreme Court justices
keep in mind,
$380,000.
the governor gets room and board. All right,
and he gets subsidized housing. He does, doesn't he?
So look, the bottom line here is just ask yourself a question. Do you think the governor and other statewide elected officials deserve a raise? Do you think they deserve a raise? If your answer is, well, I've thought about it, yes, I think I do, then you're on the other side. If your answer is, hell no, they don't deserve a raise, then you want to oppose this. And that's what these meetings around the state are all about.
And it's and go to our website. It's GiveThemNothing.com. And one of the things that really ties it together with $30 tabs is for the last 2 years, people have been screaming at their legislators saying, do something about the fact that you're artificially inflating the value of our vehicles with this unfair valuation schedule. Fix this thing. And for the last 2 years, they've done nothing.
Nope.
So we say, give them nothing when it comes to a bonus for their existing salary. So it's givethemnothing.com. I can't tell you, John, as popular as $30 tabs is, givethemnothing.com is like taking off like a rocket. My cell phone pings every time somebody does an online sign up on the petition, and it is mind-blowing how angry people are. Because think about what Inslee's doing. He's running for president, and he's expecting the taxpayers to subsidize him traveling the nation.
He wants a raise so you can help him run for president. That's what. And I should point out, the week before the election, Jay Inslee wasn't even in the state. He was out there helping Stacey Abrams and Andrew Gillum get elected governor. I guess that didn't work out so well. Anyway, thank you very much, Mr. Eyman.
And Bob Ferguson, constantly running for governor by suing Trump 35 times. Does he deserve a 20% pay raise? I say givethemnothing.com.
Givethemnothing.com. And if you want to help enlarge the cushion, which they need to do, believe me, I've done a few initiatives, go to 30tabs.com. 30tabs.com.
I am so grateful for having me on, John, and honestly, we would not have made it without KBI listeners. I mean, they were the rock bed supporters that we had that brought us to where we are now, on the cusp of making it, and we just need their help to get it all the way over the top.
Excellent. Let's see if we can make that happen. And if I don't talk to you before, have a great Thanksgiving, Tim Eyman.
Hey, I really appreciate it, John. Thank you so much for all your help over the last 6 months. Yep, that's to where we are now.
You got it. That is Tim Eyman. Again, if you want to make sure that $30 license tab initiative is on the ballot. Wouldn't it be nice to see a tax cut on the ballot? Especially cutting the license tabs that were so fraudulently increased, surreptitiously, misleading ballot title, misleading. And it's interesting. Used car dealers have a bad reputation for not always being forthcoming. I've never seen a used car dealer ever use the kind of shady tactics that Sound Transit used to dramatically increase your license tabs. They didn't say they were valuing your car on the MSRP, manufacturer suggested retail price, which no one uses. They didn't say your license tabs would double or triple. They just used kind of a opaque formula increase that the Attorney General's office were more than happy to put into the ballot title to actually disguise what it actually did. This is what government does when they're being shifty. You know what? There's a response to that. The response is $30tabs.com. 30tabs.com. If you are ticked at Sound Transit, you want to send them a message. If you are ticked at the state legislature and thinking they've got a green light to increase taxes, 30tabs.com.